Start streaming. Now, if this worked, I will now. It's on.
So this one, like, shocked me or anything?
No.
Yeah.
Now, if you cut into the 120 volt line, I ran around the base to plug all the command station in, then it might bite you, but not this. No. Yeah.
So what's all this here? So this controls everything, or just this section right here?
Yeah. Let me try. Oh, come on, you. Get this so you can actually see something reasonable. Okay. See, now you are on. Well, now we are on YouTube.
Ooh.
Live stream.
Nice.
But shoot, that doesn't look too good. We're gonna have to. Okay, we'll let it go. We'll see what happens. But no, this is. You use these to
really
program.
Slow. That's really.
Well,
sorry.
This is as good as I can get it, but that's like that switch. You put these decoders they aren't in locomotives. They're called stationary because you leave them one spot and they can throw those switch machines, so I can run them from here. And then you hook a Wi-Fi app up to the computer, and you can run them off of your smartphone.
Wow, are you gonna do that?
At some point, yeah.
I didn't really.
But that's a lot of that is just for programming, and that's to do the functions and select the locomotives.
So can I select that one right now and run it, or that one?
That one here. Let me go over a couple things first.
Or...
You think that was interesting? Allow me to introduce you to the world of prototype.
Yeah, what is all these clipboards?
That is your paperwork.
Wow.
You've got a switch list. It's going to tell you where to pick your cars up, what you should have on your train. It'll tell you what to pick up and drop off. You've got a general list, and then you've got an operating sequence. So that's the pattern we're going to follow. So basically, we work down that list. And then you've got another one over there. Clipboard for the Lancaster mixed.
Which is which one? Is that this one?
And now we're going to use, well, we'll use that engine, but your paperwork's there. And then the sheet below it, that one can stay there, but Yard Master, it tells you what trains come through, the direction. You can mark when they showed up and when they departed, and you've got general instructions. So like you can, the goal is so you're not standing there, what am I going to do next? See, you can just look at this and look at the sequence, and you can kind of get an idea where you are in it. So you're not completely lost. And that's what I'm trying to do. I want to know if it works by the time we're done.
So can you pre-program them to do all this without you having to touch anything? Or?
Not quite that far. This one you can do it in record mode and move it back and forth, and then have it record, and then it'll do it. So yeah, you could do it with that one.
So then you can have like two trains going at once?
Well, you can have two trains going at once regardless because of DCC. Each decoder has a certain address, and it communicates with each address. The commands work for, here, just slip it behind that. Yeah.
Each address has...
Each locomotive has an address, so when you select an address, it sends commands only to that locomotive.
Huh.
So I could have 4 throttles down here, so I could be running 4 locomotives at once. I can't run 4 trains at once because I don't have enough mainline to do it.
Yeah.
But
eventually, would you?
Yeah, eventually I will, and then I'll be there. Won't.
Well, let's start a train. I wanna see this go.
Okay, so you grab your paperwork.
Grabbing the paperwork.
The first one on the schedule. Wait, it's been on cold arrives. We're gonna look at the paperwork. Okay. Morning switching. So, there There's nothing to be done at the industries yet. We're going to do that at the end of the session. So that means the first thing to do is the eastbound freight is going to come in, and we're going to get the pickups and drop-offs from it and work them.
Okay.
So I'm going to go get the train and we'll bring it over. Just set it right there.
Okay.
Come over here and I'll show you how to, well, it's different with that one, but with these, you just, what number is that? Turn track power on first.
Where is that? Oh, one of these switches for all of them?
That one, track number 1 is closest to the.
Ooh, I just flipped the switch.
See, and then you just take those and you rotate them like that. Locomotive is number 200. So I'm going to do 200. I'm going to do select. And it's working. Oh. Make sure my turnouts are aligned right.
Did you make that?
No, I bought that as a show.
What's the issue?
It's called Murphy's Law for model railroaders. It runs fine when you're on your own, but it starts acting up when someone shows up to run
I'm
trains.
impressed even if it doesn't work for me, right? So.
You're frustrated? I'm the one that's been waiting to get you over here for how long?
I said I'm impressed. I didn't say I was impressed. I'm impressed.
No, I thought you meant you were saying I'm going to be frustrated if it doesn't work.
No. I said I'm impressed whether it works or not.
I'm going to be frustrated if it doesn't work. Because how long has it been trying to get you over here?
Oh, yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, sorry it's been a while. It's just...
Well, for the last 3 months, I had the bus wire torn out, so we couldn't have run anything anyways.
Oh, yeah. Is this where they dump, like, coal and stuff?
Yeah, that's going to be the plant, and there'll be silos there, and that's going to be the coal for the coal cars, and that'll be for the general merchandise. I'm like an idiot, I forgot to line the turnout.
So it looks like, are you going to add lights and stuff here?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to add lights. Headlight, Mars light, ditch lights, chop those out and illuminate the number boards. And then it's going to get repainted and wetted.
So should this be like this now?
No, just leave it. One of the general rules, always put them back to the normal position. So the green indicates normal or regular, and the red indicates
switching.
Not the normal position, just leave it at that. It means not the normal position. So when
but you should always have it at, yeah.
When you're done with it, you always want to put it there.
Are you gonna have actual like stuff that's gonna dump in here, or that'd be cool?
No, it'd be too hard to get the hopper doors to actually open. I don't know. I'm not quite at that level yet.
Well, maybe if you plan on doing this 20 years down the road, I feel like you might be an expert.
Let's see. I'm trying to think how it all. I'm going to put it on the main, then we're going to get the Mikado, and we'll bring it over here and pull the cart.
I like how your model, you actually have something to do than just make it go around the track. That's cool, I think.
That's the fun of it, because it's like all the work that went into running it back then. You think it's getting the train, drive it to one location, and drop it off. No. By the time, and the real ones, they would have been 4 or 5 pages in the larger yards of just thousands of cars to switch.
I bet.
It was insane. That's the Lancaster. Okay. So that's the cars we need, because see, westbound passenger. See how that's the first train out? So that tells you that's the cars you need. So you know that's the cars we need. So the next step is we take the switch list for, you might as well stay there because I'm coming back. we take the switch list for number 56, excuse me, eastbound. So it's going Columbus to Charleston. And see, it tells you right there. Pick up and set out. So the next step, you got to find the cars in the consist. So, see what I mean?
Okay. So
take that. See those cars that say set out?
So set out,
and then find the car on here by matching the road name and the number. Because you just look for the road name and number to match it.
Where's the road name? Oh,
well, initial. See, like MDT or Baltimore and Ohio will say on it. You're looking for that, and you're looking for the number. So right there is the number.
So we're like a 99040.
Yeah,
okay.
That is this one. That's supposed to say MDT, not Carnation Milk.
So we need to set out that one. The brown boxcar. Which I'm guessing is this one.
Go by the. Yeah, you can. It's easier to go by the railroad name and the number. So B&O is Baltimore and Ohio.
Okay, and then
PFE for Pacific Fruit Express.
And
then you've got the tanker.
South Pacific. And that's it. Right? Yeah. So it's from here. So these.
Those four. Okay. I gotta edit JMRI so it has cars on the rear. But anyways, okay, so next step. Put the paperwork on one of the clips right there.
Like right here?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
And
so
now we'll get.
Can I try running it?
Oh, yeah, here, let's use this one. Oops. There, you do it.
Okay, what do I do?
So the 3, so take that last one and rotate it till it's on 3.
And that 3 tells it to work that engine or that engine? Oh, this engine.
Alright, select.
Select? Okay.
Okay. And FYI, it's got, this throttle's got a bug, so right at that blue line it's stop. Below it it's going to creep. Which I'm not saying you can't bring it here, just keep that in mind.
So this is the stopping area.
This is the stopping. It's going to creep below this and the regular range below that. But
so do you want to...
You got to put that in forward.
Ooh.
This sound, of course. Okay. So the next step you're going to come through the siding, get far enough up.
I see there's a red part. Oh, that's fine. Never mind.
Is it? Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, you need to. I don't want to get too fast.
Okay.
Again,
so where do you want to stop it?
Just pull it up short. Right there. And then we will take mine. Where do I leave my phone? Oh, it's over there. There you go. Just put it in neutral. Let's stop it. And you want to get mine from over there because I left the throttle for the diesel over there. See, eventually I'm going to have a radio receiver. Just stick a radio receiver right here because these are radio throttles. So you won't have to plug
so you won't have to plug it. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. The other one.
Oh.
Unplug it. And then bring it around and plug it into that port. And at some point, we're going to turn this thing 90 degrees so it's facing this way. And I'm going to widen the aisle by a couple foot. That would be in all.
Okay, so
what I'm going to do is I'm going to decouple. Let's see, right there? I think I put it down. You're going to take yours. What you're going to do is, where did we put these switches? Okay, it said we have 2 pickups, so we need to find Union Pacific number 58613 It should be over in the yard somewhere there.
Union Pacific. Remember? Is it one of these you're saying?
One of these.
Oh.
Here, just so you know, it says this is Old Town Track 1, Track 2, and Track 3. And then these over here are Columbus, Track number 4, number 5, and number 6.
Okay. So I think this one, you said Union Pacific number what?
58613.
Yep.
And then Pennsylvania 29083.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so that's the two. We're picking those up.
So I need to use this guy to pick that up, right?
Yeah, we're picking these up and we're dropping it off. So your first move.
But I come up all the way over there?
No, you're going to cut through there. So make sure all your...
So this switch is good right here.
Yeah, make sure all your points are on. You'll couple onto these. Then you'll bring them out.
Oh yeah, never mind, that's good.
Here, it's that Pico one that you'll need to toss. So here, bring the locomotive forward.
Up to here?
Well, clear that turnout, so about right there.
Right here?
Yeah. There. And then you'll line that turnout. You'll pick these cars up. You'll go back there.
Oh, here, okay.
And go all the way back. Then you'll come through and leave the cars right there. And then I'll take the locomotives. Come up here. I'll bring the cuts here. Leave them right there for you to work. I'll pick up my cars, tack them onto the train, and then I'll.
So my goal though is to pick up these cars and then put it right here, basically.
Yeah, so I can pick them up.
Okay, and then where do I take my train after? So I unhitch it and then go somewhere else?
Unhitch it and then just come right there. Because remember, we have to spot the inbound cars. Because they have tracks they're going to, or maybe the industries. Okay. So first we get the car spot, and then we look at these and figure out where they're going. And if they're going, so we'll know some of them might go to industry, some of them might be for a local. And then we'll just go to the next item on the sequence and just follow the sequence.
Alright, let's try this thing. So I'm going to put this in forward.
Does that explain the gist of it?
I think so. I'm going to bring my thing over to that side then if I'm going to be...
Yeah, true.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's got enough stretch. You could stand here and work the turnout stuff. You do that too.
I like the angle here. So, okay. So I'm going to put this in the forward.
Yeah, you got to put it in the forward. Okay. When it's been stopped for a while and you start up, you turn the bell on and you start, and then there you go home.
Okay. Sounds good. So then you're going to be taking care of that?
Yep.
And then we can make it go.
See, and all you need to do is clear the movable part of that turnout. So, here, you gotta put it on neutral. Just put that to neutral. See, this is called the points.
Yeah.
That's the heel, and this is the frog of it. So all you need to clear is that right there.
And then it'll switch?
Yeah. See, and while you're getting those cars into position, I'm going to get this back on the track. You only have to worry about the bell when you've had it stopped for a while.
Oh, okay.
And see, in the old days, you would have had a power pack for each one of these, and you would have a big old bank of switches to determine which cab ran which block. So if you accidentally got two locomotives on the same block, they'd be under control of one power pack.
Oh.
It was more complicated than this.
I don't know, this is good. I like it's all on one thing. This is impressive. So then I go forward.
Yeah. Yeah. No, DC was it was more complicated.
But this is AC or?
Well, yeah, the track power runs on AC. The command station actually turns it into a wave, a square wave. AC is like that. DC is a square wave. And it transmits it to the locomotive, and then the locomotive turns it back to these direct current to run the motor in the locomotive. So it runs on AC, but we call it DCC, digital command control, because it's digital.
Okay.
And you're running the trains, not your track, as the adage goes. Oh, for the love of... Here, put that thing in neutral.
Is something wrong with yours?
No, it's just a piece of ballast between the... between the rails for this. Let's see what's wrong here.
Flip this up.
Why in the world is that screwing up? It didn't screw up when I was testing it.
What's screwing up? Oh, this coming up?
I know, I didn't have any trouble when I was testing it.
I just jumped the try. It's not a big problem. I might...
Well, yeah, but it gets old running if you're having to constantly fix it, and then it's not as fun because you're constantly...
Yeah, this is good, though. So we're going to put this in forward.
Yep, put it in forward. There we go. Make sure your turnouts are lined. Always make sure the turnouts are lined.
That's cool. So this thing automatically switches when you're coming in from one angle.
Well,
it pushes it.
Yeah, because it's loose. Eventually I'm going to put motors on there so the dispatcher has complete control over what train is on what track.
Why did it stop here? Did it...
Not enough current, I guess.
Oh, okay. I'll just push it.
You got it in forward? See that? Okay, now put it in neutral and do that and type it. And see, I'm not completely done with this yet because the feeder's on here. I've got to extend and tie in.
Yeah.
And I've got to fix those because there's a bunch of loose connections I wrapped, so the conductivity isn't that good. So I've got to go back and solder them to the bus lines on that section.
Huh.
Yeah, it's work.
It sounds it sounds complicated, but I'm impressed that you know how to do this.
It's not complicated. Remember what I said earlier? It's a simple circuit, just repeated over and over and over.
Okay.
It's not complicated. It's just repeating the same circuit over and over.
So I'm gonna get my guy right here, and you get your guy right here. Is that the plan?
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah, it's a slide a little farther than that. That whole thing. Okay, go ahead and put it in neutral. And then.
Yeah.
So I put the fingers on there to lift. And then I'll move these couples. Okay, so yeah.
So then I'm going to take my guy and hook it up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll look at the switch list and we'll figure out where we have to spot these cars. And I'll hook mine up to this guy and leave it. And see, when I get done... Yep. Well, no. Yeah. When I get done, it'll be coming the other way. Because Columbus will be up here, and it's going Columbus to Charleston. So it's going eastbound, and you're facing north, so it'd be going to your right.
Okay.
So it would come from Columbus through Lancaster, down, and then through Logan, and then it would come over here on this station. But for now, we're going to assume that's Columbus and Lancaster.
Okay.
Because I don't have everything else built. Right.
Okay, so now I put my guy right here.
Yep, come in the siding, couple onto those. And I'll get mine out of the way. Oh, and when you run into the cars, click number 3 on there, and it's a coupler clank.
Oh.
Oops. I bumped that. What did it into?
Okay, so I got my thing. My grid cars.
Oh, fudge. Why does it do this? Do you have it on neutral?
That was backing up a bit.
You were backing up. Okay, you're doing that. Oh.
Waiting for orders, sir. What are you doing?
I don't know. This system's been acting wonky lately. They'll start moving regardless of what I give them commands. Well, we'll just switch this for 56. Find whichever cars out of that cut that go on that train. And then see, it'll say from Old Town 1 and 2. So you take those cars and, well, actually, you know where these are going. So find the cars from that cut that go on this train, and then group them in the order they are. Like, see how you have BL first and a PFE? That's blocked in the order the stations will come to. So the cars up front are for the first place you switch. The cars behind the second, third. The cars for the third place. That's how they block it. So basically, they need to go in that order.
So, but they're not in that order?
Exactly. So that
is
means,
this gonna be? Is this the front or is this the front?
Well, the first right now, neither is the front because you're going to switch it. You're building that train.
Oh, okay.
So the first car on that list is the first car. The next one listed is the second. Next one is third. Next one is
so I'm gonna use this whole thing to arrange this.
To arrange them into that order, yeah.
Okay.
And once I get out of the way, well, you won't need it, but if you needed to, you could use the main line and that siding right there to get to the other end of the cars. You could run around it. Like if you needed to move to the other end of the cut and work it from that end, you can just use that track to get on the other end.
Huh.
So basically, yeah, your job is to get them in that order. Figure out the cars you need and get them switched. Look at that. Oops. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait. That's 200, dummy. Oh, wait. I can remember my own addresses. Good night. Okay. I'm going to check this stream real quick and see if there's
So this one says I need to use this car right here, but the number doesn't quite line up. Oh, I know, yeah. No, I don't know. Never mind. So.
See what I mean? It's like a giant puzzle.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Now can you imagine if you had the whole thing, you have the yard crew and the Lancaster have phones, they can call the dispatcher, you run the trains off of the signal indication. It can get so much more involved. It's amazing.
I'm sure. So, I need to... Okay.
So get them in order. Get them in order first.
Yeah.
And then worry about the tracks. But see, since these are immediately going out on a train, since they're going out on the first train out of here, you don't have to worry about tracks as much. If they're going to stay here overnight, then you would put them on the tracks. But since they're going out so soon, you don't have to worry with the tracks as much.
Okay, so we're going to back this guy up.
Is it on neutral?
Yeah. This train is 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah, see that red? It means that you want it to be green, because when it's green, it means it's communicating.
Okay.
So I tried to select it on that one on accident too.
I think I flipped.
No, I accidentally tried to get 3 on that throttle over there.
Oh.
So it moved to that throttle. And then I changed. Yeah, I got to fix it.
Okay. I think I got this one.
Oh, and then the other thing, whenever it's possible, use that lead right there to switch. Because that track goes and it stops about there, so you can use that to switch. And there could be another train on the main.
Oh, okay, I see. Alright. Okay, let's just
that, and I'm gonna need that sign because I have to run around it and then take it back in the station. Hold on, you're on the ground. And see, I've got sensors that go into the track here, and they sense the train, and those gates light up and they flash. And I got a bell sound module. And I have to get it attached. Oh. Stupid loose turnout points. There's got to be a better place to put that laptop where you can actually see it. I'm going to move this thing. See what happens if I take it over here. Actually, I'm going to put it over here so I can see your thing.
Connect it down. and then drop this thing off right there.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh. Down.
There we go.
Okay. And now mine. We'll put in neutral. Oh, wait a minute. Does it say anything about that tank car on the list?
No, it only has these 3 cars.
It isn't mentioned anywhere on that list.
Oh, is this called again? South Pacific?
Southern Pacific.
Southern Pacific. I don't see it now.
Did that turn out live for the main? Well, if there's nothing on there, okay.
I was just gonna dump it right here and then get right away.
Yeah, I should say track it goes on here. Track number 3, so yeah, that one. See what I mean? You use the switch list from the train that's dropping off,
Yeah.
and the one that's going out to coordinate, and then you can look at them and say, okay, it says to put it on this track, but it's going out immediately on this train, so I don't need to worry about setting it on that track. See what I mean? You use both of them to put together the steps.
Okay. So it's like a big
Yeah,
train puzzle.
Exactly. Jigsaw puzzle. That's all it is.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. You might want to go just a tiny inkling slower with that engine because it's, I don't know, it can have its fits sometimes.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so we're ready.
In here. Here, let me slip by real quick. I gotta widen this.
Okay.
I gotta widen this aisleway. So much. So bad.
Again.
There we go. That's. Oh, just do it again.
What's the issue?
See, it's so easy to change one of those without realizing it, and it's like, why is it responding? Oh, because I changed it. What the? Oh, come on.
There you go. So.
Yeah, but I don't want it to do that. I spend all this work trying to make it not do that, and it doesn't.
Why does it do that?
I don't know. I guess my track work isn't good enough, but those are Pico turnouts. They're like the Ferrari of HO turnouts. So.
Is it like a slanted? Is it kind of?
It might be a little bit of a slant. I don't know what it is. It's something. And so usually I would do this if it goes straight in, but since I'm treating that as both of them, imagine this is the end of the line, and this is just branch line, so it gives me an excuse to run around the frame and get the caboose and everything orientated for tripping the other direction. Mm-hmm. So eventually I'll have those switch machines, and I'll have key locks on the fascia, a toggle. See, I labeled the tracks, by the way.
Okay.
But a toggle, there'll be a plate, and it'll have a toggle switch and a key switch. So what you can do is, nope, it's fine.
That's just funny how it goes. Yeah, what you can do is what?
Off on the. To see, in reality, on CTC main lines, the dispatcher ran all the mainline turnouts, and if a crew would need to access it, they would have to unlock the switch and then line it. So you have a key lock, and the crews will have to do the real thing like the prototype. Use the key lock to unlock the switch, which basically closes the circuit, because it just normally it keeps the circuit open, so you can't use the toggle. So they would put the key in, quote, unlock in air quotes, unlock the switch, and then they'd line it, and then when they were done, put it back in the closed position, the correct position, turn it again, take it out, and now it's locked and under dispatcher only.
Wow. Impressive. So this all good?
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm good to go.
Okay, now look at the sequence on there and see which train is coming next.
So, look
No,
at
not
here.
this one. This is a train. That's the sequence.
Oh, okay.
See what I mean? We've done number 2. So what's the next one?
Westbound passenger, full
What is
passenger coach for Lancaster mix.
And this one. See what I mean? This is Lancaster mix, Lancaster turn.
Okay.
So it tells you.
Okay, so
And then
full Lancaster.
it's over there in staging. I gotta get this one back in there, and then I'll bring it out. No, I gotta have to do this. No, you should have seen it. I wired the new track in, added it to the feeders in the bus, ran it back here. I pulled this entire siding out because the track work was horrible. Redid all of it. Pulled these out, put those in, retrimmed this, put the feeders, cut the ramp, put that in there, painted all this.
That's impressive, huh? You've thoroughly impressed me. Okay, so schedule work at Lancaster. Set.
And see, eventually you'll be able to work all these towns. You'll actually be able to work them. Because they'll be modeled. That's why I moved it over here, because I can model the entire stretch. It's not like you start the local and then have to stop halfway through.
Okay.
You get to run the whole train.
So basically I need to go over to Lancaster, drop these off, and pick up the passenger. Is that what it's saying?
No, the passenger. I
Oh,
have.
it missed.
No, it missed. Did it miss? It missed. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. The back then passenger trains. Now they have these devices in the train, and it communicates data to the engine, brake pressure, speed, all that stuff. Back in the day, it was cabooses with men in them that did all that. They watched it. They'd sit up there and they'd watch the train, look for, hot axles, leaking journal boxes. Because these trucks have boxes they had packing waste, which was basically cotton and oil, and a bunch of grimy stuff like that to lubricate the wheel. Well, long enough, these could heat up, and they'd call them hot journals or smoke boxes because they would start smoking it.
Huh.
So the guys sit back in there, they'd watch it, and they'd be there to help switch and everything else.
Huh.
And when they didn't have a caboose on mixed, you had to have something to mark the end of the train. So on the mix, they would usually put the passenger car at the end of the consist, and the passenger car would mark the end of the train. Like those marker lights on the front of the locomotive, they could be made yellow or green because some trains would be split into multiple sections. So when it had green, that would indicate to the people in the towers, wait a minute, there's another section coming. So if you didn't have signals, you could look at that, and you'd have train orders that would say train number so-and-so, you're supposed to go to siding, wait on this train, and they'd have a whole rule book, which direction was superior, and how to take the siding, which train should take the siding.
Wow. So I'm still kind of... So I need to pick up this passenger.
Pick up the passenger car, yeah.
But I also need to set out these? Or do I not look at this section yet?
Well, it says pull. Yeah, I don't have enough passenger car. I haven't done this with JMI, but you need the passenger car for the train. So I've got to get this, bring it over here. We'll drop the passenger car off. You'll put the passenger car first, and then you'll put the rest of the cars in front of that, and then your engine, and then you'll work this.
Okay. And so, I'm sorry, I'm still trying to figure out all the places. It says drop it off at Lancaster?
Yeah,
right? And where's Lancaster?
It's going to be up here. What we're going to do, since I don't have the towns in, I've got the cars that are there sitting in the staging yard on the other side.
So I'll just bring it to the other side and drop it off then?
Well, yeah, what we'll do, we're done with Logan. Remember where these cars went that stay here. We'll take the cars off, we'll set them off, and then we'll get the cars for Lancaster. Pretend this is Lancaster. We'll switch Lancaster. We'll have to do that for all of the towns because I don't have it built yet.
Okay.
Once I get it built, we won't have to worry about that.
So right now I'm waiting though for you to pick up this.
Yeah. Oh, darn. I get to talking and I forget to line turnouts. Stop. Oh, man. Let's see, eventually, I'm going to have it. Well, I'll show you that B unit. That is what a motor decoder looks like. You saw a motor decoder without the sound. This, my friend, is... Oh, I don't want that to drop out. This is a sound decoder.
Actually,
That is a sound chip. You've got your motor decoder. You've got a capacitor, which keeps it going over dead spots. I can take this off and it'll run a whole 2 seconds off of the power stored in there.
Mm.
And then that's your speaker. And that's what makes the sounds in there. Alright, turn the track off.
Mine too?
No, not yours, the track. Track power.
Oh, okay.
Far one.
Oh, leave this one on.
Yeah, the one on the, this is track 1, track 2, track 3.
So track 1, track 2.
Yeah, so track 1 needs to be off and track 3 needs to be on.
Is up on?
Up is on, down is off.
Okay. Yeah, alright, so it's good.
Wait, that track 1 is on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up is on, down, off.
Oh, you want it off?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that one, okay, that one's right.
I thought you said track 1 is off.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, now we want 201. Make sure I have the right. Yep, I got the right one. But no. Now this one's going on the siding because it has to stop at the passenger depot. But here, I'll show you real quick. I'll be able to get that off. I think the right spot. Come on. There. That's what the sound chip looks like in that. You got a capacitor to help it run better with dead spots, which I add power to the product anyways. You've got your decoder, you've got your plugs for everything. This is a factory design. second-hand ones basically look like that.
Yeah.
But then right down there is a speaker. So that's what's under the hood of these, so to speak. It's a lot of very interesting electronics.
I agree.
Something's down on the ground. Okay. Here, let me get over there real quick.
I think you got it.
Oh, I know, but I need to plug it in over there anyways.
Okay.
Okay, now.
I'll go over there. Okay, we're changing lanes just like the trains. I'll go over here and you go over there.
Okay, we want to come in on this track. And see, if I had it coming in, I could trigger the bell. And it would go dong, 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 dong. Oh. Two switch points, I reckon. Okay. Now. And then see, since you're in the yard, basically, well, there would usually be one person to run trains and the other person to be the yard master, but don't forget that's what that sheet's for. See, it tells you for each train.
What does this tell me?
It's, you know, like, see, train number, whatever number the Lancaster mixed is. I forgot. Here, see, like, the passenger. It says, detached before passenger reboard must be on rear of train 17. Okay. Well, what's train 17, yes. Train 17, turn Lancaster. Okay, this is Lancaster. So see, that tells you the coach is on the end of the consist. And that tells you that when you're building it, it's coach, freight cars, locomotive.
Coach, freight cars. Okay.
See what I mean? Because this gives you an idea of what needs to be where.
Okay.
So you see that? So what does that tell you your next move is? If the coach has to be first on the, if the coach needs to be on the Lancaster next when it goes out.
Are these coach? I mean, what's a coach? Okay.
Passenger car.
So those are the passenger cars. So I need to detach this then, and then go out, and then grab one of those, right? And then come back and pick these up.
Pick these up, tack it on this, and then you leave.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what. Okay. So where are you gonna drop that off then? Over there?
No. Just.
Or do I just come around and?
You're gonna decouple from that.
Okay.
Come through here. Couple onto it, then you'll come over here and assemble the train.
Yeah. All right. And then.
And then before you leave, you're taking passengers. So, you know, bring it over here for a few minutes, let them get on. And then you head out. So you just bring the whole train up and just stay parked here for a minute so that people can get on, and then you head out.
And I'm just taking one
you're
coach.
taking just the one.
Okay.
And for safety reasons, the passengers are staying on the coach until you're done decoupling, so nobody gets. You know, so you don't jerk, so when it moves, nobody accidentally falls and breaks a leg or something.
Although that would be fun to mess with them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. And then flip that. And flip that.
Something else that's fun to do on the fly. Number 3?
Yeah. Is the coupling thing in?
See, you hear that? There's your quick little stop. Yeah. You get the point.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Don't move too fast. Hold it. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Fucking what is it? Right backing up. For whatever reason. Boy.
Almost there. So what do you have to do with your train? Is it just waiting for...
Just waiting for this to be detached. You know, imagine people doing it on and off, swapping out mail and baggage and everything. And then I'll just back it into staging and we can move on to work that one. Well, whichever is next on the sequence. I think the next thing on the sequence is the cold drag comes in.
Oh, no.
Whoa, yeah. You're a couple. Not quite. Well, here we go forwards. I don't feel one pulling in front of it. Oh, no. There we go. Okay, switch direction. Oh, we could do coupled.
Alright, now I need to go?
Yep. And see, they even have those decoders. You can put them in passenger cars and program them with sounds of people or the kitchen for diners and the break school and everything.
Yeah, really? Yeah, this is
It's all stuff you can do with signals. Okay. Now it'll be a little bit. I'm not going to wait the whole time. I'm just going to go ahead and leave this on the stage. Oh, but you're off. When you always put it in neutral.
Yeah, okay.
If you have to re-rail it. If you want taken off on. Alright. No, you're not. Good. There now. Thing goes wonky. Well, actually, I guess you didn't really even have to move it. Well, yeah, you're going to have to move the coach. I guess you didn't have to move the coach really, though.
I didn't have to move the coach?
No, never mind. You know what I mean? It probably would have been more efficient to just move it up and let them load while you got the cars involved. But, yeah, go ahead and finish. I'm thinking out loud, okay?
Okay.
So, I do that a lot. So you have been forewarned. Other end of the train. Remember, Lancaster is, let's see.
I thought you said this was the front. You wanted to make
No,
this
that's the
front.
rear. That's supposed to be the rear.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Lancaster is west.
Because I thought we were gonna make this the front. That's why I went and got it.
Well, no, it's going to be the rear, so we're going to have to get it anyways. Because the passenger car marks the end of the train.
Oh.
And then you can switch to freight cars without having to.
Okay, so I'll go forward and drop it right here and take that off. Alright.
You want to line that curved turnout real quick?
Which
The
one?
curved one. Behind the passenger car over there.
Right here?
On
Here.
that one, yep. Then I can back this thing into stages. Okay. You see, eventually this will be hidden and I'll have machines on the turnouts and I'll have LEDs on the panel to indicate position and all that. Because I'm going to have a scene about this, so this will be hidden.
Okay.
Caboose off this train. See, I need about 3 or 4 more cabooses so I can have a caboose for each train. Well, each of the main ones. The other stuff will be used cabooses.
Are these cabooses?
Yeah, those are cabooses. Those are for the locals and the mine runs. Because eventually, I'm going to have enough engines I can do both mine runs at once. Because there's technically 2 coal branches that can work.
Okay.
But for now, we're going to do whichever one has cars. So. Alright,
so now I picked it up.
You picked it up. What's next on the sequence?
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's run full passenger first. Next, you're with spot passenger. Spot passenger car at depot for loading. Assemble mixed freight blocking cars in station order with preference for train points. Turn out. Spot passenger car at depot for loading. So what does that mean? Spot passenger car?
Place it.
Oh, okay.
I know I need a train list.
So place the passenger car in the depot for loading. So where's the depot? Right there. Okay.
And then the next thing after that is it says Lancaster mix. Which town is needed, right? Well, they're both there. So what does that tell you? It tells you you're going to position the coach, let them load, and then you work the Lancaster mix, the Lancaster turn.
What does this mean? Assemble mixed freight walking cars in the station order with preference of train point train.
A symbol is build it, which is what you just did. You got it built in order. And blocking, remember what I said earlier, when they block trains, the first cars up front is for the first place they'll switch, second place they block in order to stations.
Okay.
And then trailing point and facing point. If you're coming, let's say you had a spur here in the main line right here, and you're coming from this direction, it's To switch it, it would be a facing point switch because you're facing the points. A trailing point means you're going this way, so you're trailing because the points would be behind you to switch it.
Okay.
So trailing point is always the easiest because you don't have to run around the consoles.
Yeah.
So on locals, in addition to blocking it for the town, you can block it based on whether it's facing a trailing point, and then do all the trailing points for the eastbound direction, and then do all the trailing points for the west, so you don't do a bunch of running around your frame. And it saves you a lot of switching time in that.
Okay.
But
So
that's what that means.
assemble mixed freight, blocking cars on station areas, preference of trade. So I kind of already did this part.
Exactly.
So all I need to do is go over here and load them up, and then I can get on to this next part.
Right, exactly.
But we said Lancaster is going to be this area?
It's going to represent this area. We're going to do everything in Logan. Then we'll take all the cars that are in Logan, we'll set them aside, remember where they are, and then we'll get the cars for the next town, and this will represent the next town on this. The next town you switch.
Okay.
And then we'll repeat it for each town.
Okay. Okay.
And then once I get everything built, you won't have to do that. You'll have, labels. Logan, Lancaster.
That'll be good. I get confused with names.
I know. I still gotta label a bunch of stuff on here.
Very good. So I'm gonna.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
So do you have like a goal or something of what you want to do by the end of the summer, or?
I want to get as many of my cars as I can fixed. We have 4 or 5 that are fixed. And then the boxes under here, I'll show them to you later. But I've got cardboard boxes that are labeled for box cars and cold cars to keep boxes for each group of cars, so I have a place to store them. I've got a bunch of. Well, here, I'll just grab one. I got a bunch of cold cars that are like that, with a couple of boxes molded as part of the truck. So I'm going to take them off. Oh, come on. Well, that's good. It's in my truck. See, it popped out. So I chop that off, and I take one of those little coupler boxes and glue it on there. And then drill a hole and then thread it for a screw, and the box would screw in. And then I'll replace those with metal wheels and put it back on. But
so that's what you mean by fix? You're just replacing everything with metal wheels and everything?
yeah, some of it I need to, because some of it.
Does it just flow nicer with metal wheels, or do you just like with the metal wheels?
It flows nicer and doesn't pick up nearly as much dirt.
Mm.
And I have to have metal wheels anyways, because they make part of the circuit for the resistor, for signaling. Because on the metal wheels, it's metal, and you got a little piece of insulation on one side to keep them from shorting out the track. So you put the resistor on there, you're bypassing that insulation piece. So the wheel actually makes up the circuit. The current goes up one side of the wheel, through the axle, through the resistor, and out the other. And then the detector picks up that current difference.
And then does all that.
Yeah, that's good.
So you want to do that with all your, every single cart?
Yeah, every single car.
Oh.
2 per car, 1 on each truck.
How long does that take?
It'll take a while. Actually, you can do an assembly line, but it still takes a while.
But how long does it take per building, would you say?
30 minutes. Although it'll probably take longer in the beginning because I've never done it.
Oh,
So
I'm a little worried, but...
no, it's not going to be hard. It will just be tedious.
So... yeah, so they're loading right now, right? So now
Yeah, loading, unloading.
So now we gotta take all these cars off and place them somewhere, and then use this as Lancaster?
Well, it's the next town in line, but yeah, basically, I think the next town in line is one of Rockbridge, or one of them that had a team chart. So just, just remember where the cars went.
Okay.
Yeah. See, like some of these, they came with a metal weight, so I spray painted the weight black instead of silver.
Oh, that makes
bare
sense.
metal. It just depends. Some cars, the older stuff, I don't need to do anything to. Some of them, I'll end up doing a fair thing. It just depends. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. These aren't the expensive ones.
Well, they look nice to me.
I know, that's...
I think it's cool you actually put coal in here.
That...
Or not coal, but black rocks.
No, that is called something, decor, D-E-C-O-R.
What is decor?
Yeah, here, switch over and I'll show you. If you know somebody who has about 8 jars of this stuff, please let me know. I have been looking for that everywhere. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, everywhere that sells craft eggs. I have not found any more of it.
Yeah, why don't you buy it on Amazon? You could do that.
I couldn't find it on the internet either. So, granted, maybe I didn't look hard long enough, but I mean, it's perfect. You know, it's perfect for amphibious coal.
You want to fill up all
no, these are
things
supposed to be empty. Because there are coal docks up in Toledo, Ohio. So the flow was, empty south to Logan and the mines and then loads back up towards Toledo. So this is coming from Columbus, but ultimately, the cars are ultimately from Toledo, but it's coming from Columbus. So it's empty.
Huh.
Coal moving east is empty, and coal moving west is loaded. On mine. Is how it works. But,
That's interesting.
I'll look for it later, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was just seeing if I could find it.
It'd probably take longer than you have to find it. Yeah.
So this is your workshop right here?
Workbench. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of projects. See, that one I need to... Yeah. I got those. Those were the first I got when I was like 10. And on that one, you can see where I've already went in and did all that.
So you started collecting when you were 10?
Yeah, I grew up in Hutchinson, Kansas. And the town where we went shopping, all the shops we used were in this one area, and there are train tracks on both ends. Because there are 3 different crossings on Main Street, including the Santa Fe's original transcontinental. So they got me Brio, which led to Thomas. See these 2 green tubs with the green lids under here, under the table? When you get a chance, glance under there. See the ones with the green lids? Those 2?
Yeah.
That is all Thomas the Tank.
Are you gonna have Thomas the Tank Engine on here at any point? Oh, okay.
They have it in HO. I just don't have any of it yet.
Really?
But, no, they haven't.
What's the idea to use that?
That's for the paintbrush. Leather freight cars. And tracks. And a whole bunch of other fun stuff, but I gotta get the connector piece so I can finally start using that thing.
Oh, it's really expensive. That's impressive.
Christmas present.
Can I hold it?
Yeah. Goes in there all tight.
Huh.
See, that's the cup where you put the paint.
This is the fairway?
Yeah. You would hold it like that, and then pull it back. And the farther you pull it back, the more paint goes in it. You would pull it back, side to side.
Yeah,
Yeah. And you can take a car, strip it down to the plastic, and totally repaint it. Cars, engines. And that is the thing that runs the current. It has a local net port in the back. That's the cabling that connects the plug panels. Okay. So you hook that up to the command station to your local net, and hook that in up to the push machine. So you have, and then you can
bridge pieces too.
Oh, yeah. Not kit bash. Yeah, kit bash stuff. I had 2 of those, so I cut it in half. As you can see right there, I cut it, I rejoined it. I shrunk this end down a little bit, I modified the end pieces, and then I gave everything a color rest.
Yeah, holy stuff. So it didn't actually come with it.
No, it didn't come with it like that.
How do you reattach them? Do you like melt the pieces together? Or?
No, just super glue. Or here, this stuff. Castor's glue for plastic melts. Oh, it works wonders. It does kind of melt it. It melts the sections enough to fuse them, like when you're welding metal. Yeah. Except it does the same thing with plastic.
Awesome. Cool.
More buildings. They're going to go on here eventually.
Eventually.
Okay. No, sorry. So, don't worry about it. Stuff does that all the time. I thought I could get by with aisles as narrow as they are. I think I was wrong. Well, I know I was wrong. Look at this. That's to make sure your coupler height is right. There's the NRA that has standards as far as coupler height and wheel spacing and all that. And that's a big part of what helps your layout run smoother. Oops, sorry. Yeah, that door I've got. Another Mikado, really. Oh, that's a cool piece. I know, it's missing a screw back there, so it's shelled down to the left. But, very good. I've got this, which I need to fix. And Hawking had about, 30 of these? USRA 2662, because we had 2 pilot trucks, 3 axle drivers, so 2 6, we got 6 wheels, 2 6 6 2. And 2 wheels for every truck. Oh, so I'm going to get, and you see there's the gears that come up. And then you've got the shell, and you got those little tiny phosphor bonds that pick up the current. Pick up the electricity off the wheel. Yeah. I've got that. I've got, look at this. This is styrene. This is plastic stuff. Okay, you can get it to look like tire. You can get it to look like wood, shingles, roof.
Or you just paint it?
You can paint it, weather it. You've got rods. You can make it into little Coke bottles, walls, I-beams. You can get shapes in virtually any kind of structural metal. C-beams, I-beams, U-beams, circles, half circles, quarter rounds. All of it. It's insane. So you build a building out of that, basically. And then last tubing I used for control light bleed. You cut a piece of that off and put it in front of the light socket on those F units. You're going to stick your lead in there to control it. And that's weathering. I got a rust wash. It's just a paint wash. See, I rust wash. I just dry brush it on. I got a dark grimy black, a gold white, so that wash in there. I got a color for blue. That's that ball of Indian ink wash. I barely touched it. I know at Walmart and calligraphy. $2. You got dull coat, you got liquid electrical tape, I got weathering powder. I've got tiny bottles of real dark paint that I use to do the colors on the switch stands. Yeah. Oh, and then that's the other stuff. I've got the clean the track. I've got the Indian ink for wash base. I've got spray paint with fascia and weather and track and concrete.
Yeah, you got 100 price tag equipment you have. What do you all get this, like, do you buy most of it, or do you get it for your birthday, or do you pay for it?
I get some of it for birthday, but we buy most of it. Hobby shops, eBay, train shows. Whatever.
Okay. And
All right. Probably
yeah.
been sitting there long enough.
Yeah, so making noises. So I need to pull this thing over here.
Yeah, run it around the circle 1 or 2 times, you know, to make it seem like we've gone a ways. I don't know. You don't want to go down that. We'll just run it a couple laps to get it some distance, and then we'll switch out the power. Advise you to that. Okay, first, no work at rock bridge, so we go straight to Lancaster. Let's see. You see what I mean? Just pretend like one of these is a freight house and another track is the oil change. Oh, and that's the track clean tampon. It's solid brass, and you put your wow. There you go. You put the denatured alcohol in there.
Why would you put the alcohol in there?
Yeah, put the alcohol in here. It opens a little valve on the bottom, and it drips onto that pad. And then you just run around the track.
That's to clean everything?
Yep. Just clean everything.
That's cool.
That's the track cleaning method I've ever seen.
It's the most fun, right? You can actually play with your toys.
Now, granted, it's brass, so it costs a fair bit. It's worth it. Yeah. Oh, I haven't tied any of the frogs over here, so that's why.
You plan on putting like a stream right here?
Yep, that's going to be a river.
Where's this?
That
Just a little piece of it.
goes right there. It's part of the river. I've got to trim that and carve it down a little bit so it's even with the rail bed. And do some stuff to it. But, and Mom did the weather and all that, by the way.
So does your dad help with this too? Or?
He helped me to come up with the bench weight. He helped me build those 2 sections. Yeah, he helped me build these 2. And then I figured it out well enough. I took it over and I did all the other bench weight. And the wiring and everything. No, you don't have a short with it. It's just dead. There.
Yeah.
Because I've hooked that whole section up. I've hooked that whole section up, the frog, and all of that to the switch machine. So the switch machine changes polarity when it moves the points. And right now it's disconnected, so that whole block that whole section is dead.
Seems like there's a dead section over here too, is there?
I don't know where that's dead or just dirt. I think that's good. You see it's all there because that frog is there. Yeah. Alright. So, what we'll do is we'll pull it to a stop, we'll decouple the coach, and then the people can get detrained and, you know, do their thing while we're switching the freight cars.
Stop her where?
Now, Put it in neutral. I'll do a couple. Okay. So, look at your switch list and just follow the instructions.
Okay, so
for Lancaster.
So set up these places, and the price of 05. So we need to just set it on one of these?
Well, one of these. See what it says? Tooling go to freight house monthly anything?
Okay, where are those?
Just pick a track for now.
So let's say that this is the freight house and this is the
yeah. Yeah, whichever one of them you want. You can make that the freight house, whatever.
You saw what you did? Oh, crap. We need to back it up.
Okay. Oh, we didn't need to go that far.
So I was looking at this part. Okay.
Yeah, and when you have to go just a tiny bit, that's when it might be better to use the range under there, because it barely creeps anyway. So. You can see I soldered these, so I got the turnout. I kept it straight, soldered it to the...
Oh no!
I wonder if it's... Which one was it in? Yeah, I'm not yet. And the closest. Farthest from the camp. There we go. We will try that. Stop it and put it in neutral.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
It's
kind of just a good practice if it's not supposed to be moving, have it in neutral.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, still doing it. Try it again. Keep going. Yeah. I might have to ban that engine from.
This one, I thought this is your best one, isn't it?
I think it's the tightness of the curve. I don't know. It likes every other turnout except for that one spot, and that's the third one I would put. The third turnout I've had there.
It's weird.
Yes, it's weird, but it's the way it is. So. And see, when it comes to yards, half the time you just gotta creep along. Mm-hmm. I mean, you shouldn't have to. My track work ought to be better than that, but it is what it is.
I'm going to put on the very end.
That works. I'm going to go grab me a drink real quick.
Alright. I'm good.
You sure I'm not boring you to death or annoying you?
No, this is interesting.
Okay.
You're opening into a whole new world, you know? Oh. Damn.
We went out to eat for lunch and we couldn't find the mouth thing when we got home, and I thought I'd left it at the restaurant.
Oh, really?
But the last time we saw it was after we were here, so it's somewhere here, and that's a lot better than thinking I left it at a restaurant. We're gonna see the.
That would be unfortunate. So I dropped them off. Now we gotta go. Position coach for unloading our switching screen.
Yeah. Remember, we're working our way down this.
Okay.
See what I mean? You read down it. If you start here, okay, you know it's still out. It's when you see train terminating Logan.
Oh.
You come back to this.
Oh.
So see what I mean? It's like you read down. Okay, do everything that's associated with that one train, and then come back here.
Okay. We just did that, so I would train the Park Sign Tester. Scheduled work at Sugar Grove, arrive time. Pick up in
Milwaukee. That's the initials. It's over here. I'll go get her.
So I gotta go over there?
Well, I'm gonna get the car and set over there. What was the number on that? 714
18289.
Yeah, don't wait on the end of that too much. You know what? Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. No.
So let's pretend that.
Pretend that we picked it up. Put a check mark or a mark next to it, and I'll know it worked for it.
Okay. I don't have anything to mark it with. This pen won't write on this. Oh wait.
It takes it a bit to get to the bottom.
You want me to just write on the paper?
Yeah, just write.
Okay.
Just work it around those things.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, so we did that. Okay, train depart Sugar Grove. Let's go on the phone card. And schedule work at Lancaster, arrive time at 20. Pick up RI.
Okay, I gotta change that to the start. Sugar Grove eastbound, not west.
Yeah, and I don't think this BNO, this number doesn't match up with that number, I don't think.
452. No, it probably matches up with one in the box. Oh, I'm gonna have to do a car inventory. And here I've got on the next stage. What was the number again? Probably in this one.
It is 274380.
Here.
Ooh.
Just set it on there. We won't worry about trying.
So, but when you've done everything, will you have enough room for every single one of your cars?
No.
What?
Well, yeah, if I filled absolutely every staging track and most of the sidings.
Would you ever do that?
Once I get enough cars, I will, but no, generally, you want to keep about total capacity. You want to use about 50% of your total capacity, otherwise you get everything gridlocked and you can't do hardly any switching because everything's full.
Oh.
And that computer program, it reserves space for the cars. It keeps track of the track length and the car and all their data and the industries and the spur length. And then it runs everything. It keeps track of the cars and it reserves space on each track for the car to be moved there. So you want to keep it at about 50% of your total capacity to keep it running. But anyway,
Okay, now what?
well, we're going back to...
Now you gotta do the rest of this, right? Pick up. Alright.
Boxcar from Anchor Hawking Glass. So, you know, okay.
So these cards should be somewhere on here, then, right?
Yep, and since let's use that other side. Pretend the other side is Anchor Hawking Glass.
Okay.
Let's see, we need, what is it? Echo and 1559 2250. 5922000. So it should be these two. Yeah, wait, hold on a minute. Here, stop it a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so after we pick these up, we're heading back toward Logan, right?
I pick up, yeah, and then train to parts, Lancaster,
What?
eastbound.
Eastbound, right? So that means we're going back toward Logan. So since the coach stays at the end of the train, what does that mean? Your passenger car and your engine are going to be on opposite ends. Because you're going back the other direction.
Okay. So we're going back the same direction I came?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go in
Think of it
reverse.
like in a linear fashion. Here's Logan. Okay, here's Logan. Here's Lancaster.
Yeah.
You're going west, so the locomotive is up front. The passenger car is on the rear.
Yeah.
You get here, you switch. But coming this direction,
I'm going to be reversing the whole way? Or...
yeah, you're reversing kind of, but orientation of the train is what I'm talking about. Orientation-wise, you're going this. If you're going back to Logan, the engine's on front and the coach is on the rear. So if it's on the rear going to Lancaster, on the rear to Logan would be this direction, would be over here because you're going like that.
Okay. All right. So
you're going to your left. Remember, you're facing north.
So this
East is to your right. Yeah, east is to your right. So what I would do is the cars over here, I just back up, I move the coach, pick up your cars, couple onto this, and then go ahead and head out.
Okay.
And actually, we should have been going the other direction, because Lancaster is west of Logan, and we were going east. Boy, you think I would know this better?
Yes, you do. Here it comes.
Slow. Put it on creep.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, you should have seen Zach when he came over. He found that horn function, just started just doing it over and over and over.
What is trying to do? Oh, I can't do it.
That was his favorite thing, was the horn. And there it
Doesn't
is.
surprise me.
I don't know what is that. Well, it might be that gap right there. Right. Okay, well, maybe. You know what? I think that's what it is. It's catching the edge of that bunker there and pushing this in this way, which pushes that in that way.
Is there anything to do to fix that?
No, I think it's just too tight for that. I think that turn rate is just too tight. I need to get a four axle switcher to do all this. Is what I need. Well, I've got one. I just have to get it tweaked. Okay, you can steer up a tad. You're out of the. I have a hunch that inner radius is just too sharp for it. Don't forget number 3 is the coupler clank. Keep going. Okay.
You done all the way though?
Whoa, you can toss that. Okay, put it in neutral. Oh, there we go. That was good. That was real good. Go.
Corner, so.
Yeah. Okay, well. I forgot to line that turn out. We'll just pretend. Easy, oh. Technically, that's cheating. Yeah.
The train association, model train association will come after you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the frog's not power. We're going to power the frog. But no, that was one side of that panel. The other side, it's going to have about 4 of those DS64s and the block sensors, and so the other side of that panel is going to be filled. And then there'll be another one of those for this, and then that'll have a bunch of signal electronics for everything else. And then I've got a sub panel right there for the stages, for that staging yard, and it's going to have toggle switches on the fascias for the trap power, and it's going to have a whole bunch of. Hold it.
Oh, thank you.
Go back. Other way.
Darn, actually, let's do that time.
But it's going to have a whole bunch of terminal strips to run the, for the indicator LEDs, because I'll have LEDs to show occupancy.
Yeah.
Because these will be off. I'll have IR, infrared, to detect when they're off, and all the terminal strips. So that'll be filled with terminal strips. And one for the staging yard, and a panel for the upper staging, and a panel for the pencil.
When do you think you're going to get started on the upper section?
Next year. Because I haven't had a chance to tell you this, but you heard of Hollingsworth peonies?
No. Wait,
They're
what?
this Hollingsworth peonies.
I don't think so.
They're this flower place up by Skidmore. Okay, back it up. And the guys hiring seasonal people. because he's got an operation out east and they're consolidating, so they're gonna. This is mind-boggling. Dig up 30,000 peony plants, load them in crates with seaweed to keep them moist, and truck them all the way back here.
Are you gonna help out with that then?
No, not that, because he's gonna leave in July when I'm still studying. But he'll be back about August 15th, so then I'm going to. So
that'll be your job then?
Yeah.
Do you have a job right now, or
no? This is kind of surreal, you know what I mean? It's like we've talked about. I know at some point I'm going to get a job, but then wait a minute, I'm actually going to have an actual job.
This is a big job, right? Like not just a small.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Watching. Yeah, because you know this. If I use him for, if I do a good enough job, I can use him for reference.
It's true.
Well,
if I do one again,
hold it. You're already covered. No. Can I see the Trojan powder on that? Okay, here's some.
Yeah, it is crazy that I'm almost graduated.
Neutral.
It is a neutral.
It is a neutral if I read it. That one too. Oh yeah. See, it's got a spring there that usually pushes it back, but I put so much weathering powder on it, it's not. Here, swap places. Well, actually, I have to swap places here. Just go down there, and we'll swap them out right now. Well, maybe where I need to. This one? Here. Not that. Well, we can use that one. But no, in the drawer. Wait a minute. Okay.
I was about to say, yeah, it is crazy. I'm almost graduated. I'm gonna get a teaching job here soon.
Oh no. Okay, come on over. I'm gonna get to see you do this.
How many times has Zach been here?
About 3. Actually, he and Jonathan were both planning on coming today.
Oh, really?
Jonathan
too?
Yeah, they were planning on coming, and of course Zach had the
I
baby.
can't imagine why Zach would be here. What's his story right here? It's only a baby, right?
The guy didn't carrot.
His wife been here, right?
But no, Jonathan was going to come too.
Has Jonathan ever been here before?
Once. He came a while ago for one. And I didn't have the instruction labels, I didn't have the labels, so he was like totally lost. So that's part of the reason I did all this, so he wouldn't be as confused.
It would be good to have like a terminology list maybe for people.
Yeah, and see that's one of the reasons I wanted 3 people over here, because if I'm going to invite guys from St. Joe to come up here, I need to test it. Otherwise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to be worth them driving.
So this is going to be like, so what do you mean guys from St. Joe?
There's like 4 or 5 people in St. Joe with layouts.
And you go see their layouts?
Yeah, we do op sessions. Remember how I'm always telling you I want you to go down and see Jack and Mr. Sprigots?
Oh.
Those are the guys, so yeah. But, no, if I'm going to have them drive 30 miles up here,
you got to have it all
exactly
laid out. And
so, I don't like the term test subject, but I mean, it's kind of like...
I'll be a guinea pig, I don't know.
That's kind of like why I've been wanting you. I've been wanting you and Lincoln. No, you and Lincoln. I've been wanting you and Zach and Jonathan over here to get everything ironed out. See that? It's right under there. We'll just find it and just pop it up yet. Can't see. One straight and kind of go in. There you go. Oh. Take that out. We take the same place out. You see, those are number collars. They don't have those whiskers on the edge.
Yeah.
Like they do. That's a good thing. But if that little thing stops working, then they don't automatically reset it. So I just assume you guys actually know this.
So you know, I think I have to leave here at like 5:30. I gotta go take a test. If that's sorry about that.
The test in what?
Macroeconomics. So I'm taking economics online class right now. I have to do a test on supply and demand and all that stuff. It's interesting though. I like things about economics.
There you go. You guys gonna go see Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I do want to see that, yeah. We might see it like next Saturday.
Well, are you doing anything tonight about 7? Gonna go see it.
Yeah, well, I think I was gonna see it with my family. I know maybe hurt to come in and saw it without them. And also I'm going to church tonight anyway, so. But thanks for the offer.
No problem.
But yeah, I'll have to get some more people down here again next time.
Yeah.
So you'll start on the second story next
year.
when you have a job and you have written money or something? Or?
Yeah, I gotta get some lumber. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, I'm gonna take August and focus on freight cars and go down to Jack's and see a couple museums and stuff. But next year I'm hopefully gonna get the rest of the track put in.
Next year? Yeah. Well, you'll have to invite me over when that happens, because I really want to see this with all the tracking.
Here, go ahead and run around a couple laps and we can get those cars spotted. And then you'll at least have finished one thing.
So close. No, we're not fully coupled. Or did we want to hook on to the...
No,
just the one car?
What does the paperwork say? When in doubt, follow the paperwork. Pick up, no work at right break, so your next spot is open. So these stay here.
Okay.
Wait a minute, where'd those other 2 guys go? Here, I gotta see. Pass through. Yeah. Oh, because I took it out, dummy. Close the crescent, Alright, run around a lap and I will take these off. I'll get the other stuff on. And we'll turn the gear back and work. You don't have to worry about going through the straight section. It doesn't. You don't have to worry about creeping through the straight part. It's just going through the.
Just going through this section or something.
Yeah. Just going through that connector section that kills it. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make this 4-axle only. And ban the Mikado from going through that. Make it for diesels and have the Mikado go through that. See, that's all styrene on the inside. I cut that and made it into walls and floors and stuff. Oh, turd.
So is this going to be a road right here?
Yep. And the bridge is going to go right there. And I'm going to scratch build a tunnel portal / retaining wall. And then that whole hill will get painted and covered in trees and grass. And
Is it going to have a track on it or not a track? Or is it going to have a track on it?
yeah, just scenery.
Oh.
All right. Leave your passenger car to be better.
Alright.
Hold. Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to even try to run it through a curb part of that turnout.
Okay, so we're supposed to go to Logan and set out the 3. You should have 3? I think you have 2.
No, where does it say pick up Milwaukee? Oh, that's the one I couldn't find.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
So, never mind. Let's see. So, track number 2. So,
here?
yep. And that one is track number 3. So, track number 3, track number 2.
So this 3?
Yep, that's 3. I was going to make that a track, but now I think I'm going to make it a storage / switch lead for the GE plant / use it for whatever you need to while you're switching. Track. I don't know. I might make it fake. I haven't figured it out yet.
I really like the mossy grass stuff you have right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good effect.
See, when I get done, the yards will look like that.
Oh, wow!
And I'm gonna put a layer of ink wash on here. I'm gonna get some tans and some reds and make some of the ties with yellow, like all the creosote's been worn out, and a couple of them black, like they're fresh, and others all scarred, and most of them grayed and beaten up like that.
That'll look really nice.
Yes, it will.
So really quickly, we need so CM. So this one on track 2.
Yeah.
And this one
on track 3.
And this looks like it? Okay. So okay. Just making sure.
Creep. Come on, creep. So yeah, it took me 2.5 weeks to get all the wiring done.
Wow. That sounds fun though, look at the wiring.
I know, sitting in there under the table, reaching up like this with the soldering iron and the solder. No, that's
What's your favorite part of this?
This, the operations. Because that's what brings it to life. Otherwise, it's trains running around a loop. Now, don't get me wrong, doing the weathering and everything and running them in finished scenery is awesome.
I feel like placing track would be fun too.
Yeah, it is. And for some people, that is the favorite part. Like one of the guys I've operated on in St. Joe, his track is all hand-laid. Scratch built the track.
Wow.
So you take one of those turnouts, you place all the ties, then you cut the rail, you file down those tiny little points, you build the frogs, you lay it on there, you solder it to copper.
It just sounds really tedious. But some people find that really therapeutic.
He does, and there's a lot of instances where you can fit, like if I needed to and I was custom building this, I could build this whole section as one piece and have an air track running right across it like that. You can do all these really insane arrangements, custom for tight spaces that you can't get with standard track like this. So that, for that, it's really
So we got to terminate this thing at Logan, right? So
yeah.
Is that on the other side?
Yeah. Lancaster mix. Well, what's the next on the sequence? Here, just pause it for a minute. Down chloride as well. Since you have to leave, you just stop it. But usually what would happen, the next thing you do, the eastbound, the empty cold drive would come in and you would get the cars set out and then assemble Monday Creek Branch. And,
do the whole list of Creek
Branch.
Yeah,
Work down the... Well, you're the yard guy would assemble the trains. I have another person that would run them and do the switching. But since it's the two of us, you kind of do everything.
So, so one person would assemble the train.
Exactly. One person would be the yard crew and do the switching and assemble it, and another person would run them. Okay. They're being completely prototypical.
Well, let's have this
how much time do you have?
At Logan. Oh, like 10 minutes.
Okay.
I was just gonna put it on the other side and call it a day.
Oh well, the coach. You gotta get the coach tucked out of the way too.
Where would the coach go?
Just stick it somewhere over here.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you can put it on that track. Or you can put it on this one for now. It doesn't matter which. Yeah, you should have thrown that.
What?
Remember, because you're going to have to come out on the main, out through there and back. And
oh, because the thing's in the way, you're saying? The coach is in the way?
Well, no, because I don't want to run it through this terminal. I'm just not going to bother.
So, do we want to go?
So, come from here through there, and then back on this track.
Oh.
That's what I mean. So, that's what I mean. There we go. I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll ban that locomotive from this code train.
It's been banned.
I just give up though. That's the third turnout I put in there.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. It makes it more fun. Because then you switch and you realize, oh, wait a minute.
Have you ever run this at full speed?
A couple times.
Does it always come off the track? Or?
No, it doesn't come off the track. It's just, I don't like putting that much strain on the gearbox. Because you got all the side rods on there, and if the gears go out of whack, and it binds up, and it doesn't run that fast to begin with. They wouldn't run that fast in reality to begin with, so I usually don't run it that fast anyways.
So I'm going to pick this guy up.
Keep going back. Oh, sorry. Okay, just a second. Alright, keep going.
What's coming?
Oh, no, it's a dead frog. Here, just go forward.
Alright, let's go. What have you done on this week? Or have you worked on any this week? Or last week, I guess.
Last week I finished all the wire. Oh, hold it.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, this week I was getting the paperwork finished. Because I didn't have any of these cards in JNI. So I had to put them in and get all the data.
So did you think of all this yourself, or did you...
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought of the sequence a while ago, but...
So you just imagined this whole sequence by yourself?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, I had a timetable, so I had that to
You
go.
model it kind of off of the
Off of
timetable?
the real thing, yeah.
That's cool.
I've got to go back and make it a lot more specific. Make sure I have the correct numbers and make it copy of the actual timetable. But I think it's going to be interesting enough getting people around the sequence before I go to an actual timetable. Okay, start saying. Well, hold it.
Okay, reverse.
It's the, I don't have that file probably. There,
You want to switch this out too?
yep. Okay, you're good. Just, you know, I mean, don't make it mainline speeds. It's better to go slow in the yard. That's just about right. And okay, slow down. And see that track, it's not connected at all. I'm going to run it to another one of those and just have it on off so I can shut it off if I ever need to.
There we go.
But just leave it there. I'll finish the rest of it myself.
Well, hey, thanks for letting me see this. This is really cool. I'm impressed, and it's fun.
Well, come on, I'll show you the computer program.
Alright.
Okay, just triple check. I didn't annoy you so much with train stuff, you're not going to want to come back.
No, I thought it was good.
Unplug the light bulb. Actually, let me go over there and zero out all the throttles. Zero out all throttles and put everything on neutral. I don't want anything running away all of a sudden. And I'm gonna stop the live stream on this, and then I'll show you the